Random Order Audio, a new age of options.
So, Life of Science is a electronic rock band I created in 2006 that focused around a sci-fi robot apocalypse storyline. And we decided from the get-go that we were going to do comic books, novels, animations, anything we could think of to accompany the storyline so that you're not just listening to the music, you're going beyond that. And so that's why it was really cool that ROA came along, because we've always been a band that's all about going beyond just recording music.
What one or two words would describe how you felt when you heard about Random Order Audio as an artist?
I think the thing that caught my eye about Random Order Audio was that it's infinite. There's no more writing one song. You know, you can write a choose your own adventure novel, so to speak, and you can explore every idea you might have ever had about a song to the point where, you know, tons of different opportunities are available. So I'd say infinite and opportunity.
Have a song utilizing Random Order Audio. Was this song something you had created just for Random Order Audio, or had you created it before and had you played it live before?
This song, X Ghosts, was off of our third album, and it was already a song, but what I decided to do when I was approached with the idea is turn it into 5 different songs they were interchangeable, 5 different songs that would work together. So that's how that
so you had just like adapted it. You just took a song you had and adapted it right into
I kept the original version as one of the options and then added 4 additional options to where it switches between those 5 songs at all times, but I made sure that all 5 of those played nice together.
Cool. That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about the process, about just piecing the song together and how you adapted it to it.
For me, it was all about taking 5 different styles that would work. For me, like I did like kind of like a bossa nova version and like an R&B version and like almost like a Moomba type version.
Right.
But I made sure before I did it all that they would not be too jarring, the transitions between them, because you want all the transitions to be smooth for ROA.
What kind of genre would you categorize yourself as originally?
I'm an electronic rock artist. I do a lot of indie rock. I do pop. I do electronic. I kind of go in different ways. And one thing about A Life of Science, since it is telling a story that has its ups and downs and drama and battle scenes and love stories and all this, you kind of gotta have an adaptive musical style anyway. So that's why ROA was a pretty good fit for this.
Overall, would you say that the process of doing this was more liberating and simple, or more tedious and difficult?
For me, it was natural. It's just taking a song and exploring different paths for it. It's almost like a alternate reality. Like, what if you had made a different decision at this time? Like, what would have happened? So if you do that 5 different times with one song, you're going to end up with 5 different songs, but as long as you keep it the same BPM, the same key, and nothing changes except for the rhythms and
the bass of it's still the same
the sounds. For me, I was just switching out different synths, switching out different drums, and the vocals stayed the same the whole time.
Do you think you'll do more of it in the future?
I would love to be a part of ROA again in the future, and I've even talked with some current projects of mine about, what if you have a band of 4 people and 4 songwriters, and you come up with a structure, a skeleton for a song, and then you let all 4 of them just go nuts and come back awesome. and be able to switch between them. You're almost getting the best of all worlds, and you're getting 4 people's minds combined into one.
That might take a little bit of fighting out between you guys, too, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody gets their way with ROA, so.
That's cool. You changed up your song and added variation to it on the recorded side of things. Do you think that will change up the way that you would also play it live, or did you kind of already mix things up?
With live, our current way that we've rehearsed it has always been the way we recorded it on the album, but it definitely leaves room in the future for going different ways with it, because I almost feel like by the time you've written a song out 5 different ways, between those 5, there's probably a best way on every section of the song. So you might as well use the best from all worlds.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you'd be able to kind of bring it home to your fans as well, right?
Exactly. And how cool would it be if your fans got to see the song performed different ways every time you came through town,
Right.
Because you were already forced through this process to explore all the different paths
that you
of
wanted
the song.
to do in the first place.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say all artists have influences, whether it's another artist, some sort of muse, or the bands collectively, all the members. But whatever the case is, something kind of makes them them. So do you think Random Order Audio itself would be an influence?
Absolutely. If I was asked to write a album, I would write an album. But if I was asked to write an ROA song, I would approach it completely different from the ground up. I would make sure to explore every different option of the song, and it really changes the way you think as far as creating a song, if it's going to be an ROA.
So has ROA itself kind of altered the way you look at music and the way you write music?
Absolutely, because you're now talking about being able to include all of your ideas and access them at different times or have them appear randomly. So it's a huge eye-opener.
You can still write a song that's just linear, no variations, or you could write one that's for Random Order Audio. So do you think you would write, just in general, do you think you would write differently? Would you go back to doing linear at all?
It's a case-by-case scenario. But I think it's really cool to be able to have the option to create a song suite with, ROA.
Right.
Something that people can literally experience a different way every time they hear it. It's a completely new idea, a new way of thinking.
Game changer.
Game changer. Absolutely.
Do you think you will still remain the same genre, electronic rock? Or do you think Random Order Audio will kind of launch you into new zones or new types of music that make up you, who you are?
Well, I'm primarily an EDM electronic type artist anyway, so for me it just gives you the option of exploring different genres for one song. So let's say that you decide to write a song in 128 BPM. That gives you the option to, let's say you're like, okay, well, I'm going to write a big room house song and then also write a version of it that's new disco, and then write another version of it that's progressive house, and let them all run side by side in harmony.